On out, Star of Soroco beating Sunset Affair, Deep Reflection third.
Moved out well, he's sixth in the rail, followed by Star of the Night, and now Lord Debutant is going to the tail of the field. At the first turn, 1,150 metres to go, and there goes Star of Soroco racing keenly to the lead, a length and a half Deep Reflection. A length further back, Sunset Affair on the fence, a length and a half Sierra Court, Dominio next on the rail, a length and a half Star of the Night, 2 lengths further back, Sovereign Chief, who's on the inside of Lord Debutant. That's the pattern down the side, 850 metres to go. Star of Soroco setting up the pattern to suit himself. He's going boldly out in front, a length and a half Deep Reflection, a length and a half Sunset Affair. 1.5 further back, our Sierra Court, then Dominio, Star of the Night, Sovereign Chief and Lord Debutant over the crossing now. 600 metres to go, Star of Soroco going well, a length and a half Deep Reflection, a length and a half Sunset Affair still holding third spot. Dominio over on the inside, our Sierra Court going up about 3 off the rail. Star of the Night is next, followed by Sovereign Chief, and further back Lord Debutant at the 300 metre mark. Star of Soroco 2 lengths, Deep Reflection, Sunset Affair east to the outside, running home well, and they're followed by our Sierra Court and Dominio at the 200. Star of Soroco holding them at the moment, a length in front of Sunset Affair, who's out after him now, then Deep Reflection. Star of Soroco led with 100 metres to go. Sunset Affair coming at Star of Soroco, Sunset Affair, they hit it. Star of Soroco or Sunset Affair, third, Deep Reflection, then Dominio, Star of the Night. They're followed by our Sierra Court.
There's a great deal in it at the finish there, with Star of Soroco just hanging on to beat Sunset Affair, winning it in a photo. Shoemaker riding along hands and heels, Duffy throwing everything at Sunset Affair, but Sunset Affair just couldn't get there, and Star of Soroco held on to beat him narrowly in a photo. There's Mel coming back towards the enclosure now on Star of his old self. Kingston Town, we cruised up to them halfway down the straight when Cook popped him the question 50 metres from the post. He sprinted away from them. Really top performance by Kingston Town. Now, the replay of the opening event coming up now, the Debutant Stakes for the fillies, and the winner here was Secunda, who started the favourite at 7-4, beating Fairy Ribbons and Coral Queen third.
Well, Secunda didn't jump too well. Princess Belinda's going through quickly along the rails. Convermore's Delight up with them early is with Harmony, and Princess Belinda burned to the lead now from going up quickly there also is Coral Queen. They were followed by Convermore's Delight on the outside. Sandcroc, Secunda's booted up to be about fifth. Then Bendaboo, Fairy Ribbons, and a long gap to Plush Affair, Madam Patch, and back near the rear of the field is Smart Agent. On the turn, 500 out now with Harmony in front from getting a split as Secunda one off the fence to join it. Also Princess Belinda with Harmony's run off the track. And Secunda took the lead from Princess Belinda. Bendaboo with Harmony's lost all chance, and they were followed further back by Coral Queen. It's on the outside, Secunda and Nectar, Princess Belinda battling on, and Fairy Ribbons coming home late. It's Secunda, Princess Belinda from Fairy Ribbons. Secunda just in front of Princess Belinda, and Secunda Hard Ridden's just going to win. Secunda a half-length, Fairy Ribbons. Oh, this is close for third. Coral Queen's flashed up as the boy eased on Princess Belinda.
The second event, and the winner here was Synsky, leading most of the way. Was inclined to go just a little fiercely in the early stages of the race, but he was a little too strong for them. Roche runs on gamely to get second, and third in was Minchin's Lane. Synsky ridden by Brendan Clements. That's him in front as we pick up the replay.
And Minchin's Lane settled down second at the 1,000. A length to Maori Boy, and there's no pace on from King of the Stars fourth, and a length then to Roche and Holborn Court over on the outside of that bunch with Gold Noble. They were followed further back Lord Mop, who's come from last, making ground quickly around the outside from War Flight, and then Tipsy Lane Mahogany Lord. Past the 800 now, and the leader Synsky under a tight hole, about a neck to Minchin's Lane. Lord Mop 4 deep, Maori Boys up there, King of the Stars looking for a run. Then Gold Noble, 2 lengths to Roche, Hard Ridden. Holborn Court's got well back, and Mahogany Lord at the rear with Tipsy Lane. Synsky the leader on the turn, a half length to Minchin's Lane as they straighten. King of the Stars looking for a run from Lord Mop, and they were followed by Gold Noble, but Synsky booted away at the 300, a length in front of Minchin's Lane, and they're clear of King of the Stars. Next Lord Mop, Roche, and Holborn Court coming home well, but Clemens keeping Synsky going. He's a length and a half in front with 100 to go, in no danger of defeat, and Synsky's going on to win it well. Scores by a length and a half. Roche flashed up to get second, to head away third, Minchin's Lane. Fourth is
Never really looked in danger, Synsky, but quite a good run by the second horse, Roche. The Debutant Stakes for the Colts and Geldings was won by Brave Show. He looks a pretty smart colt, this fella. He's by Without Fear. He goes fast in the early part of the race and scoots away from them on the home turn and races away to win easily.
Getting away slowly was With a Vengeance, took a while, and so too did Laser's Fury. When they settle down into stride, however, Captain Comeron is one of the leaders with Cabin, and Brave Show's gone up on the inside with Count Nemdef. Also Sovereign Behold moving up to join them when they settle down with Forbidden Favours. And back behind those horses then is Luskin Road, followed by, on the outside, Fulham Pass. Brave Show got to the lead at the 500, led about a half length from Sovereign Behold as they swept to the turn into the straight. They were followed by Captain Comer about 3 deep. Cabin's gone right off the track. Night Diamond just behind them, and they were followed by Forbidden Favours, Luskin Road and Goal Beater. Brave Show kicked away 2.5 in front in the straight, however. Thompson having a look over the shoulder. In second place under the whip, Night Diamond, Captain Comeron, and then Cabin down the outside from Luskin Road and Goal Beater. But this is going to win by a mile, Brave Show. Goes down to the line to win, easing up by about 5 lengths. Luskin Road got up for second, Captain Cameron third, then Night Diamond in front of Gold.
He looks pretty good, that fella. He did bust 60 seconds and seemed to have a fair bit up his sleeve at the end. Out of the IXL on the win by Magari. Gee, he scores easily. Magari's head on his chest at the end. He was shuffled back to near last on the home turn and ridden along a little bit at that stage too, but he gets a gap in the straight and gets to the line really well to beat Avatar and Oriental Ruler.
Ridden up hard from Ashin. Getting closer is over on the outside, and then Avatar going around them is going to head them all off, I think, from Magari, Idaho's Gift. Pure of Heart back to second last, No Peer last, but no pace on. Up the hill to the 1200, and Avatar in front, slowing them up about a length. The Latin Saint and Oriental Ruler moving up to second. Wonder Brewery Boy, the rails, a half getting closer. One to Ashin, and then a half to Idaho's Gift from on the rails, Magari. And a length and a half away, No Peer and Pure of Heart. Down the hill at the 1000, Oriental Ruler went up now to be about a neck in front of Avatar, a length and a half further back, Latin Saint. Wonder Brewery Boy, another length getting closer. Ashin's going around the outside from Idaho's Gift. No Peer eased off the fence. Pure of Heart and Magari together last, but they're only 4 lengths behind the leader. 800 to go, Oriental Ruler a half to Avatar. Ashin's got up third, Latin Saint travelling well behind them. Then No Peer has gone up about 5th on the outside of that bunch from Brewery Boy. Magari's badly snookered on the fence. Idaho's Gift whipping around them and getting closest back to second last, and Magari last with Pure of Heart. 5 lengths between them on the turn, where it's Avatar, Oriental Ruler, and on the outside of them, Ashin. No Peer out about 4 deeps being called on for his effort, and then came Brewery Boy. No Peer struggling and getting closer, pull to the outside. Magari looking for the run. No Peer can't win. Avatar in front. Magari getting out after him with Oriental Ruler and getting closer down the outside. Avatar in front, but Magari's coming all over them near the line, and Magari gets up to win about a half length to Avatar. A half head away third was Oriental Ruler. Then getting close.
The disappointment in that race was No Peer, ridden by Mick Dittman, and up until this stage it had been a pretty bad day for Mick because he was suspended from an adjourned inquiry, and he'll miss the ride on Grosvenor in the Caulfield Cup next week, but he was able to win the Caulfield Guineas on Grosvenor, and here's the replay of the Guineas coming up now, and we'll pick them up from the start. Grosvenor winning the Caulfield Guineas, beating Veloso, Cossack Prince third.
Got them away to a beautiful start. And Grosvenor got cut out slightly and is one of the last early with stablemate Chagamar. Mighty Manitou and Covetous and Fiesta Star, the early leaders from Barratry. Happy Road is up there, and then a length and a half Cossack Prince in the middle of the field, followed by Ruling Blood and Uncle Joe. It was followed further back in the field then by Wholesome and a length to Veloso. Grosvenor a length further back's third last with Anchor in, and last of all is Chagamar. Over the hill they race now, and the field is out over about 12 lengths, I suppose. Mighty Manitou in front, a half to Covetous, Barratry 3 deep, Fiesta Star the rails. Top of the pack is 5th from Uncle Joe out wide, and then a length further back, Happy Road. Cossack Prince closest of the top fancies, and a length and a half to Wholesome now being sent forward from Ruling Blood. Veloso badly snookered. Then a length further back, Grosvenor, 2 to Anchor in, and a couple of lengths to Chagamar. 800 out, and they're not going at all fast. Mighty Manitou joined by Covetous, and Fiesta Star got up inside. Mighty Manitou is hanging. Half a length then to Barratry, followed a length top of the pack being urged along with the whip. Then a length further back, Wholesome coming around the outside. Cossack Prince has got snookered in the centre from Uncle Joe, Happy Road, and now Grosvenor pull to the outside, and they were followed then behind them by Veloso. In the straight, Fiesta Star joined Mighty Manitou with Covetous the outside, 2 lengths to top of the pack. They're followed by Wholesome and Cossack Prince under the whip. Grosvenor pulled out wide, starting to come home, and Veloso on the fence with 100 to go. Mighty Manitou with Grosvenor the outside, grabbing them quickly. Cossack Prince getting a split, and Veloso on the rails, but Grosvenor's won it about a nick to Veloso. Half a length to Cossack Prince third. 4th top of the pack from
It was a great effort by Grosvenor. He had to cover the ground, and he got to them over the final part, and he went on to score well. Looks to have a great chance in the Caulfield Cup next week. The Caulfield Stakes, and here he is, Kingston Town, beating Deb's Mate and LA Bijou. Deb's made a pretty good run, but Kingston Town at the weight for age, far too classy for them, and really looks good at the end.
On the inside, and Deb's Mate and Kingston Town and Soroco, a line of 4 settling down from LA Bijou, Lady Eula, Queen's Road, and last on the inside, Astralin. Soroco and Deb's Mate in front settling down, 2 lengths to Kingston Town third, about a length and a half Lady Eula Seeker, 3 parts to LA Bijou and a length to Astralin and a half to Queen's Road. Deb's mate, the New Zealander, with the lass on top, having a good hold of it now, settled down at about the 1500, 2 lengths to Soroco. They were followed a length to Kingston Town. Cook stayed one off the fence. He let Seeker go up on his inside. A length and a half LA Bijou, and then a half length Lady Eula. 1 to Astral Inn and a length and a half to Queen's Road. 1300 out, and Deb's mate strolling along in front, about 2 lengths to Soroco, a length and a half Kingston Town, then a half length to Seeker, 1 and a half LA Bijou. Next Lady Eula, a length to Astral Inn, and Queen's Road still last, about 8 from the leader. Coming down the side past the 1100, and Deb's mate striding along nicely, a length and a half Soroco, 2 to Kingston Town, having every chance, and a half length to Seeker, 1 to LA Bijou and Lady Eula, and a length and a half Astral Inn and Queen's Road. At the 800, Deb's mate only 3 parts to Soroco and 2 lengths to Kingston Town. Seeker on the inside of them. The paces clapped on a little bit here now, and then LA Bijou taken to the outside, and they've got away 2 to Astral Inn and Lady Eula. Down by the 600, Deb's made a half length Soroco, a length further back then Seeker and Kingston Town, who are together, then a length LA Bijou from Astral Inn further back in the field. Near the turn, and Cook's easing out, 3 wide on Kingston Town to go up and tackle Deb's mate and Soroco, and it's nearly a line of 3 into the straight, well clear of Seeker and LA Bijou. Kingston Town hung badly on the turn, but immediately drew level with Soroco and Deb's mate, and Cook's sitting on him very quietly. Deb's mate the inside, but Kingston Town, he's got a stranglehold on the champion. Kingston Town on the outside, about a neck in front, and he's not even going to let him go. Kingston Town now given his head, dashed away, and he won it by a length from Deb's mate. 4 lengths to LA Bijou, Soroco, then Astral Inn and a long gap to Queen's Road from Lady.
Now to race 7, and the bookie's got the lot here with Sovereign Palace scoring at 100 to 1 and paying almost 500 to 1 on the tote up here in Queensland. Flying Lark finishes second, and the favourite third, Royal Regatta, starting at 5 to 2.
A length and a half to Royal Regatta. On the outside of those then would be Sovereign Palace, and a couple of lengths to Pleach and Flying Lark on the rails. 2 to Zadar Royal Billy, very wide. On the rails is Rule the Turf, a length and a half more Rain. Back with those horses, I Like Diamonds. And Twilight Mrs. back last at this stage with Sankar. 800 to go, and here Belstani took over from Mrs. Minerva, hard ridden. Sovereign Palace went up second. Royal Regatta making its run with Pleach, and then Flying Lark back along the inside of the next bunch as they came to the home turn. It's Belstani in front, tackled by Royal Regatta, hard ridden, and Sovereign Palace from Pleach. Royal Regatta's looking for Flying Lark looking for a run behind them, and there followed behind them Zadar Olive Branch. In the straight, Sovereign Palace took the lead now from Royal Regatta, with Flying Lark out after them on the outside. Sovereign Palace in front with Flying Lark, and Royal Regatta coming at it. Sovereign Palace just the leader. Flying Lark getting to it on the outside, but Sovereign Palace fighting back. Nothing much between them. Sovereign Palace just in front on the inside, and Sovereign Palace is going to win it. Ahead to Flying Lark, Royal Regatta third, Moraine fourth. Then Sankar.
Now to the last race of the day. The winner was Carringbush, just beating Just a Dash, the Melbourne Cup winner, running a pretty good trial for a race like the Cup again this year. And the big disappointment was El Lorena. Gee, he's racing terribly at the moment. He drops right out coming to the home turn, and he finishes a mile behind them, El Lorena. It looks as though he's failed to regain his best form. Here's the replay now of the Herbert Power.
Wonder Galahad. El Lorena got back on the rails next and is passed by Very Vague, a length to Bokdasan, and then Just a Dash. They're followed by Triumphal March, who's gone back into the centre of the field with Para Parap. Focal Point's taking off here and making up a little bit of ground, and they're followed by Centricity and Worry Symbol improving. Chimbu's got pushed back to about third last with Hydel and El Questro at the rear. 1,300 metres out, and Love Bandit a length and a half, Carringbush pulling. A length into Hapsburg inside, Paddy Gamble. Wonder Sir Galahad the rails from Very Vague, Wonder Worry Symbol. Bokdasan next on the inside of Just a Dash, a length and a half, Triumphal March inside Centricity. One then to Power Chord, followed then by Focal Point. Back with them is Para Parap along the inside of that bunch from Hydel. Chimbu dropped out of fairway third last, and back at the rear of the field now as they come down the side of the track is El Lorena with about 800 to go, and the leader here is Carringbush, took a narrow lead from Love Bandit. They were followed by Sir Galahad running quite a good race in the centre of those as they pack up with Hapsburg still there. Bokdasan looking for a run behind them with Worry Symbol, and Triumphal March getting up on the inside about 5th or 6th. They were followed then behind them Just a Dash, who's badly snookered from Power Chord. On the turn now, Carringbush drew 2 lengths to Sir Galahad. They were followed as they straighten up by Love Bandit and Boktasan getting out now and starting to make some ground. Paddy Gamble on the outside. Triumphal March held up from Just a Dash. Carringbush clear at the 200. Boktasan struggling from Sir Galahad. Here's Just a Dash, the Melbourne Cup winner, coming home well. It's Carringbush in front with Just a Dash getting up on the inside. Triumphal March getting out too late. Carringbush just in front of Just a Dash, and Carringbush won it. A short head to Just a Dash, an extra Triumphal March third. Fourth in the race.
Certainly a good run there by Just a Dash, but something must have gone wrong with Eldorina. He couldn't go that bad, surely. Now, the double and treble information for the meeting yesterday at Caulfield. Winning combination 3, 1 and 18. Synsky, Grosvenor, Sovereign Palace. The double paid $270.45 and the treble paid $664.55. And the extra double in Melbourne, 5 and 5, Magari and Carringbush, $75.25. $75.25 the extra. John, beautifully ridden too, right up close to the pace of the home turn, clear at the right time and went on to score well. And here's the replay of the Metrop coming up now. The winner, Nicholas John, ridden by Peter Cook.
1100 to go on the Metropolitan, and Tomaszek leads the way. The break is a half length on Peninsula. Third Life Begins. Port Carling having no luck in the run whatsoever. Followed by Noble Comment, Nicholas John, and then comes My Saravon, followed by Lancelot Opagma Mahal. A length the Shamrock and Amaran cluttered in behind that group of horses from Clive Comet. Gurner's Lane taken to the outside as they pack. A length the Wellington Road. Second last is the 400 to 1 Tote Pop, Proud Onyx and at the 600 metres, and Tomaszek joined by Peninsula. A length away third, looking for the gap, Nicholas John, followed by Life Begins. And Port Carling's never been on the track as they swing now. 420 left to go. Peninsula takes over from Tomaszek. Nicholas John into the open from Port Carling, still giving. Then Life Begins, Amaran, Gurner's Lane, Lancelot Owen, Shamrock, the widest runner. Nicholas John dashes to the lead at the 200. Gurner's Lane in second position, followed by Lancelot Owen. Then comes Wellington Road. Nicholas John, the leader from Gurner's Lane, Lancelot O, Shamrock the outside, then Wellington Road. But Nicholas John is fighting on too well for his rivals.
It was a top ride there by Peter Cook and a good win in the Metropolitan to Nicholas. 58.9 and coming his last half in 56.7, and it is believable too because he was about 10 metres off the pace and scores by about 25. A fantastic performance by one of the great horses of our time, Popular Arm, and he raced away from some great horses last night, so that just goes to show how good he is himself. Here's the replay now of the Winfield Cup coming through from Moonee Valley last night, and Popular Arm at his great win.
The green light's up in the Winfield Cup and they're underway now, and Adios Supreme came out very quickly. He's looking for the lead with Copperway, and Polish Thor's going to drive up on the rail and keep them all out. Gamelite showing no pace early. Mandinka Man's going around the outside of him. Popular Arm in the 1 deep lane early. Kenmore Lasses 3 wide. Then Jick Adios. Paul Command was left for speed. A length further back then to Brett Eden angling onto the fence, and Gundary Flyer is last of all. As they settle fully into stride and make their way up towards the top of the straight with 2,000 to go, and Polish Thor on top by almost a length over Mandinka Man 3 wide. Copperway in the centre, Adios Supreme behind the leader on the fence, and they were followed by Gamelite, who's 1 out, 1 back early. Kenmore Lasses 3 horses wide, and Popular Arm is in the 1 deep lane. Now Day is taking off on Gundary Flyer, and Knight might have seen him coming on Popular Arm. Paul Commander's over on the inside from Jick Adios, and Brett Eden whipped them in. They go into the back straight now with 1,650 metres left to go, and the pace is true in front, which will suit the stayers out the back. The leader, Polish Thor, about a neck over Mandinka Man, working into the breeze now, and this gives Copperway some cover. 1 out, 1 back on the outside of Adios Supreme. 2 lengths for the back, Kenmore Lass, which has been 3 wide from the outset. Then Gamelite. Further back, Gundary Flyer 3 wide, taking off around Popular Arm. Knight biding his time, then Paul Command over on the rail. Jick Adios is next to last, and still the trailer is Brett Eden. They come off the back now with 1,300 metres left to go, and Hunter stacks them up now on Polish Thor, given a breather, a half length to Mandinka Man, cutting the breeze on the outside of Adios Supreme. A length away then is Copperway, followed by Kenmore Lass, now angling onto the rail. Gundary Flyers finished up 3 back in the 1 deep lane, and Gamelite's on his back. Then Paul Command, Popular Arm is 3rd last, 2nd last the rail is Brett Eden, and Jick Adios is the trailer as they come to the entrance to the straight, and here they come now. Gamelite's off 3 wide, and Popular Arm latching onto his back, and he's pocketed Gundary Flyer now as they run down the straight with 1,000 metres left to go. Polish Thor on top. Here comes the champ Gamelite. He works up now to be 2nd on the outside of Mandinka Man. Adios Supreme the rail. Popular Popular Arm 3 wide, travelling well on the back of Gamelite as they go into the final circuit from Copperway, now held up. Then came Kenmore Lass. Jicadios is on the back of Popular Arm from Paul Command. Second last is Brett Eden and Gunnery Fly last of all, but only 4.5 lengths covered the field. In the back straight they run now with 700 metres left to go, and Polish Thor on top, 3 parts of a length over Gamelite, which has had a fairly tough run. Here comes Popular Arm. He's let loose on the outside and the champ sprints up to them quickly. Over on the rail, Adios Supreme. Jicadios running on well from Copperway, and then Kenmore Lass. Gunnery Flies giving Popular Arm 20 metres coming off the back, and then Paul Command, Brett Eden and Mandinka Man last. But look at Popular Arm go. 350 out, he's dashed away. 5 lengths in front, full of running from Jicadios, and then Polish Thor. Well back is Gamelite from Adios Supreme, and then Gunnery Fly, Copperway, but around the turn. And surely there can be no question who's Australia's greatest pacer. Popular Arm 25 metres in front of Jicadios and Polish Thor. Then Gamelite and Gunnery Flyer is struggling, but what a mighty horse he is. The speed machine. Popular Arm wins the Winfield Cup untouched by 25 metres. Great go for second, nearly a dead heat. Adios Supreme might have got it a lip in front of Polish Thor. Then Gamelite, Copperway, Jicadios. Well back was Brett Eden, Gunnery Flyer.
Well, it was certainly a top performance by a great horse, Popular Arm, winning the Winfield Cup last night. Now to win by Queram, starting at 10-1, beating the rank outsider Swift Flute, who started at 200-1, and third was Bold and Brazen at 33-1. Here's the replay of that race coming up now. The favourite here, or equal favourites, Homemade and Oriental Express.
Bold and Brazen, a length and a half. Swiss Flute on the fence is Queram. Oriental Express looking for the out. Homemade coming into it, followed by Adenia Sun, and a length and a half off Happy Halloween and Tristram Lad. Bold and Brazen taken on by Homemade inside the 200. Queram is plugging on, so too is Swiss Flute, followed by Tristram Lad. Here's a charge where it's Queram and Swiss Flute battling it out. Queram doing better than Swiss Flute, and Queram wins the money. Queram has beaten Swiss Flute and Bold and Brazen, then Tristram Lad.
The second event of the winner here was Noble Review, starting at 5-1, beating Hail and Shine, and third in was Albaco. Safe Courier, the favourite, at 11-4.
On top of the rise in the stretch, and the pilot is Noble Reviewer, half length on Hail and Shine, getting the run, but is under the whip, and then Laugh in, a length and a half Calcando, and then comes Firefighter as they travel past the 100, and Noble Review fighting on well. The second horse, Hail and Shine, is hanging in badly, followed by Laugh in, and then El Barco running down the outer, but Noble Review is safely holding its rivals, and Noble Review scores well. Noble Review has beaten Hail and Shine. Third El Barco.
The third race, and the winner here was Ngaiambin, who overcame a rather bad check about 800 metres out and went on to beat the dead heaters Scandals and Stunnet.
Scorpio after a half length behind her. Now she's almost level. A length My Charvain. Ngaiambin picking up the bit and coming home with Scandals. And then started on the outside. Ngaiambin and Scandals race to Scorpio and Persian Vein. It's Ngaiambin now ahead in front of Scandals, and Stunnet rocketing down the outside. Ngaiambin in front. On the outside, Stunnet has lunged at her, and the photo rests between Ngaiambin, Stunnet, and on the fence Scandals.
Well, that was a tricky sort of a finish, wasn't it, with Ngaiambin just getting it at the end. Dame Fashion wins race 4. Good effort too. She led most of the way. Nice filly, beats the favourite like Cassiers, who started at 7-4, and third Band Rhythm 12-1.
On the inside, gets a break, about a half length on Le Casier. Both under the whippet at the moment. Dame Fashion doing better than Le Casier. In third position, Band Rhythm, followed by Lady Eclipse, but it's all Dame Fashion. And this daughter of Baldozzi is streaking away Dame Fashion from Le Casier and Band Rhythm. And a big win to Dame Fashion.
Race 5, the Lightning, and the winner here was Berlainsky at 33-1, beating the favourite Seeker's Gold at 7-4, and third was Marquis Star at 5-1.
They've dropped on the inside Palamony. Carbull can't get out, a length the Seeker's Gold, and Berlainsky coming into it, and Trench Diggers weaving a passage nearer to the inside. It's Marquis Star in front from Berlainsky and Seeker's Gold, then Regal Carrioy. Berlainsky on the outside. Berlainsky's taken the lead, and there's one for the bookies. Berlainsky for the money.
Now, the Tats Cup, race 6, and the winner here was Peninsula, starting at 7-1. He led most of the way, Peninsula, beating Bianco Lady, the favourite at 11-8, third Bourbon Boy.
And then Bianco Lady at the 250, and Peninsula, a length and a half, Zephyr Tie, followed by Bourbon Boy past the baton, and Bianco Lady running on solidly down the outside, but Peninsula 2 lengths on Bianco Lady. Peninsula at the moment holding Bianco Lady, who's finishing on well, but the postal beater Peninsula, cleverly ridden, is going to score, and Peninsula has beaten Bianco Lady.
Race 7, the winner here was Jade Lace, beating the favourite High Reserve. High Reserve in front, always under a fair bit of pressure. He fights back game. He couldn't hold off the fast finishing run by Jade Lace.
200, and Carrioy Star swept to the lead. And inside the 200, Carrioy Star, a half High Reserve battling on. And then Jade Lace and Rival Planet can't do any better. It's High Reserve and Carrioy Star. Jade Lace on the outside might knock them out. Will. Jade Lace got up to win from High Reserve and Carry Star in a bustling finish.
Now to race 8, and the winner was Mosgiel. He's been trying hard to break through for some time. He finally did it yesterday. He beats Reflect and Playful Prince third.
But de Montfort had driven Playful Prince to a narrow lead. Approaching the distance at the 200, and Playful Prince a half length on Mosgiel. 2 lengths to Reflect, finishing on doggedly on the outside. Mosgiel refusing to give in. He draws ahead on Playful Prince. Reflect trying to pick them up, but Mosgiel is pulling out plenty. Reflect trying hard, won't make the grade, and Mosgiel fights back to beat Reflect.
The final event of the day was won by the outsider Atlas, starting at 25 to 1. He wins from Tandrio. Cinema Prince finishes third. Haddington, the unplaced favourite, at 4 to 1.
Ben Gur getting a split between the 2 leaders, and wider out Tandrio and Cinema Prince putting in a claim. Haddington can't do any better from Atlas going up on the inside. Vallon leads the way. Atlas getting the split, and on the outside Cinema Prince, and battling on to is Grecian Holiday with Tandrio. Atlas has taken the lead from Cinema Prince. Close to home, Atlas has won it from a close finish. Tandrio, Cinema Prince, and up there vying for the other 2 in the photo for the Miners, Grecian Holiday.
Real Blanket finished that last one with the honours going to Atlas. Now the double and treble information for the meeting yesterday in Sydney. Here's the combination coming up: 9-2-11, Berlainsky, Peninsula, Mosgiel, the double 52-15, and the treble $7,148.35. That was the main Galleon.
Only a neck in front of Manicato. Galleon's angling out to have a crack at both of them now from Buljet. Then Razor Sharp. Rancher beat Manicato off. Here's Galleon coming at him quickly, and they're clear of Razor Sharp. And then down the outside, My Axman's coming hard. It's Galleon and Rancher fighting it out a length and a half. My Axman. Galleon's got the upper hand with 50 to go from My Axman and Razor Sharp. But Galleon in front near the line, and Galleon's won it by a length.
The first race at Caulfield yesterday on Caulfield Cup Day, and a track that was rain affected. By the time we get to the Cup, it cuts up rather badly. The first event was the Merson Cooper Stakes, and the favourite here was Solo Performance. She started an odds-on favourite. She looks pretty good, and after she didn't begin all that well, she shoots up along the inside after the start, but then she goes on with the job over the final stages, racing away to win easily.
Eventually got up on the inside to join in the slot, and they're 2 lengths to Carol Queen, a length star Closure. 1 further back, Night Diamond and Longwood Lad, a couple to Count Mendip. Lover Show making ground, but with a hopeless task in front of us, and they're followed by Trib Royal Reuben is further back in the field, and last Lollipop Junior. On the turn, Solo Performance and in the slot are together around the turn. 2 lengths to Carol Queen. Couple of lengths to Lover Shows made up a tremendous amount of ground, followed by Night Diamond. But Solo Performance asked for a little more effort, got a half length in front of in the slot at the 200. They're 2 or 3 lengths in front of Lover Show, battling on well. But Solo Performance is striding right away. Lover Show running a big race to get up for second, but Solo Performance wins it easily. About 2.5 lengths to Lover Show. Carol Queen third. Something went wrong there within
the second event, and the winner was Fiesta Star. Despite the big weight on the wet track, she proves a little too good for them. Holds on to beat the fast-finishing My Good Son. Selmark, the unplaced equal favourite at 3 to 1 with the winner Fiesta Star.
Sandstock, Truly Vain is going fast, and Burlesque's going to be up with the leaders. Rhythmic Rogue is pushing through up into about 4th placing. Mazurka led Truly Vain and Burlesque almost a line of 3 from Tudor Bend. Wonder Fiesta Star as they passed 1,000 from Rhythmic Rogue over on the outside, and unswerving up with them from Selmark. Then Sandstock, and they were followed by My Good Son back in the centre of the field from Miss Wayan, and Winter Harbour is further back in the field. And they were followed as they came down towards the turn into the straight by one who's well back, Game Set Match. On the turn with 600 to go now, still a great battle for the lead. Truly Vain, Mazurka and Burlesque going well on the inside, going very well. 2 lengths Fiesta Star, Rhythmic Rogue and Tudor Bend, and they're followed by Unswerving and Selmark starting to run on. The others headed by Winter Harbour. Burlesque shook them off as they turn for home now, and the danger's going to be Fiesta Star coming at it quickly. They're clear of Truly Vain. Fiesta Star ranged up to Burlesque, 200 to go, and took the lead. Back behind them, My Good Son starting to come home when it's all over. Fiesta Star in front. My Good Son flying now. He's got out. Fiesta Star in front. He's stopping. My Good Son grabbing at the outside. Won't make it. Fiesta Star a half head to My Good Son. Burlesque is third. Then Tudor Bend, Truly Vain.
Gee, rattled home at the end then. My Good Son, one more stride and he would have picked up Fiesta Star. The third event of the winner here was High Drifter. ridden by Brent Thompson, beating Nazman, who started the favourite at 9-4, and As a King finishes third.
Runs are coming. Calyptus Lane pulling 4 deep. Nazman looking for a run in the centre. Fiery Boy taking off around them, and then Case and Lost Valley in that bunch. 600 to go. High Drifter about 3 parts of a length clear still to Gaelic Glen. As they swept to the corner, Stookland out wide, making a line of 3, and Nazman moved up now to be 4th behind them. As a King's off the bit and hard ridden from Calyptus Lane, and they're followed by Lost Valley and Case from Fiery Boy weakening again. High Drifter kicked 2 in front into the straight from Gaelic Glen. Nazman is now getting out, and they were followed by As a King running on fairly, but High Drifter holding them safely with 150 to go, although he's gone for the whip as a King goes for the rails run from Nazman. High Drifter in front, Nazman on the outside trying hard, but High Drifter stopping. Nazman ran in behind him, and High Drifter's going to win by about a neck to Nazman. Third on the inside, As a King. Then Gaelic Glen.
Now to the 1,000 guineas, and a very impressive winner here by Rom Stiletto. She worked her way through the going very well and scores easily. And the big disappointment, well, there were 2 disappointments. The Sydney fillies, Gelsomino and Emancipation, both finishing well down the line.
Stiletto quickly bounded to the lead from More Rain. Emancipation away well with Sunnyvale and Irish Heiress, and Gelsomino's going up to a prominent place. Sovereign Chick out wide from Twilight Miss. They were followed by I Like Diamonds. More Rain dropping back along the inside from Formal Invitation. The Greatest got a check there. Torn Monarch dropping back towards the rear with Written Wonder as they settle down, and Bacchetta, and back towards the rear is Ensenada and Brayonia. Going to the 1,100 metre mark, Rom Stiletto a half length in front of Sunnyvale, and a length and a half further back then would be Gelsomino, and Emancipation trapped a bit deep in that wall of horses with Irish Heiress. Twilight Misses just behind them at this stage, and then came Formal Invitation, More Rain, the Greatest making ground with Bacchetta out wide. 2 lengths to Written Wonder, and then Torn Monarch, Ensenada, I Like Diamonds and Rayonia. Rom Stiletto led with about 800 metres to go, but there's not very much in it at this stage. There's one trapped over on the outside of it as they come towards the 600, and Irish Heiress is there from Emancipation, still trapped deep. Gelsomino is there in the centre, and now More Rain starting to run on from Formal Invitation, Written Wonder. Torn Monarch a long way back. It's Sunnyvale and Rom Stiletto. Rom Stiletto going better than Sunnyvale on the corner. 2 lengths away in third placing now is Irish Heiress, and Highland goes for home. Emancipation's gone, it can't win, and Rom Stiletto sprinted away. 3 lengths in front of the 200. In second placing Irish Heiress, and then More Rain and Sunnyvale, but it's no race. Rom Stiletto's going to win by a mile. Down to the line, and Rom Stiletto's won by 4-5 lengths. Second Irish Heiress, More Rain third from Sunnyvale. Rayonia rattled home next from Written Wonder. Then Ensenada.
Now to the big race of the day, the Caulfield Cup. It was won by Gurner's Lane, beating Gala Mascot, the Cornetta to trainer Jeff Murphy, and Veloso rattles home to finish third. It was an outstanding win by Gurner's Lane. He romps away from them over the final stages, and he's going to be hard to beat at a race like the Melbourne Cup. You would think the extra journey is going to suit him a lot better. Veloso's run was very good. He was a long way back at the early stages and makes up plenty of ground over the final part. I thought the favourite was a little disappointing, Grosvenor. He was beautifully ridden by Brendan Clements up close to the speed, but failed to go on with it over the final part. Here now is the replay of the 1982 Caulfield Cup.
Gala Mascot, and on the inside, Queen's Road away well. Silver Bounty jumped in the air, missed it a little bit. Lady Ice, one of the leaders with Para Parap. Carringbush began well. Cossack Prince being hard ridden, looking for a position, and Grosvenor's up with the leading Division 2 when they settle down, and then Brewery Boy and Port Carling and Veloso among the last with Silver Bounty. Out of the straight, Lady Ice and Para Parap led a length and a half. Soroco and Grosvenor. One away, Birchwood getting up to fifth just in front of Carringbush, and they're followed by Brewery Boy. Next, Cossack Prince on the rails. Gurner's Lane from Lancelotto, a length Astral in 2 to Queen's Road. Then Wellington Road, just a dash out very wide, followed by Silver Bounty, Veloso and Port Carling. 1800 out, and Grosvenor's taken over to be in front in the Cup, but now Brewery Boy's gone up to head him off. They're a length in front of Para Parap and Lady Ice, a length and a half Soroco, followed by Birchwood, tucked in on the inside from Lancelotto. A length and a half Carringbush, Gala Mascot, 2 to Cossack Prince, Gurner's Lane. Then a length and a half Wellington Road, Astralin sneaking up on the fence from just a dash deep. They're followed a length further back then on the outside by Silver Bounty from Queen's Road, and then Veloso and Port Carling. 1300 out in the Cup, and Brewery Boy a length, Para Parap a half to Grosvenor, one to Lancelotto, and then Lady Ice over on the inside from Soroco. One to Birchwood about sixth, and Carringbush trailing it from Gala Mascot, 1.5 Gurner's Lane, Cossack Prince. Then a length to Just a Dash, Astralin, a length further back, Silver Bounty, Queen's Road, Veloso and Port Carling. 10 lengths covered them with 1,000 to go. And here Brewery Boy, but Carringbush has let go suddenly round the outside, has gone up quickly to hit the front. And Carringbush and Paraparap at the 1,000 or the 800, a length and a half now. Birchwood third. Grosvenor's moving up along the rails, and then Lancelotto. Brewery Boy's gone quickly. Gurner's Lane is moving through, and Cossack Prince next under the whip. Then Veloso taken to the outside, and they were followed by Lady Ice and Silver Bounty. With about 500 to go, Carringbush the leader. A half-length Paraparap. Gurner's Lane's running on very doggedly next. Gala Mascot got up the fourth. Grosvenor's hard ridden, and they were followed further back in the field. Then Birchwood dropping out of it. Veloso pulled about 15 wide. Carringbush the leader, but Gurner's Lane grabbed him quickly into the straight, and Gurner's Lane sprinted to the lead. Gala Mascot's out after it from Carringbush, and they're followed by Port Carling, but Gurner's Lane streaking away from them in the heavy going, and Gurner's Lane's going to score a big win in the Caulfield Cup. Gurner's Lane wins by 6 lengths. Gala Mascot has run second, third placing Veloso, fourth Carringbush. Fifth then came Port Carling.
Well, it was a great performance by Gurner's Lane, racing away to win the Caulfield Cup, and gives him a great chance now of taking out the big double, the Caulfield Cup and the Melbourne Cup. And the Melbourne Cup, we've got a big preview coming through on the Sunday before the Cup here at Channel 7, which is 2 weeks away from today. We'll be crossing live to Melbourne for the big panel preview with leading owners, leading trainers, leading jockeys. So that's our big Melbourne Cup preview coming up the Sunday before the Cup. And as well, we'll be pulling out some of the great Melbourne Cups of the past and replaying that for you. So it's going to be a big Melbourne Cup day. That's Sunday, leading into the Cup here on Channel 7. Now to race 6 and another one for Jeff Murphy. Sean's Pride beating Regal Planet and Raid the Girl third.
And last Bridge Player. 800 out and Regal Planet more than a length now. Valcara's gone. Sean's Pride second with his ear scrubbed off, however, and then came third as Raid the Gold. Dusky Joy running on but needing a runner, then Noble Boa the outside, and they were followed by Bridge Player starting to make up ground. On the turn, Regal Planet a little over a length to Sean's Pride, followed by Raid the Gold. Valcara, here's Bridge Player, it's running on very hard, and then Noble Boa. Regal Planet a length and a half clear from Sean's Pride into the straight, followed by Bridge Player the outside. It's Regal Planet in front, but Sean's Pride's gradually getting to it from Bridge Player. 100 to go, and now Sean's Pride's gone up on the outside to join Regal Planet in front. Sean's Pride's put its head in front. Bridge Player can't go on with it, and Sean's Pride's coming away to win. Sean's Pride a length and a half to Regal Planet. Good race for third, nearly a dead heat there. Between Raid the Gold and Bridge Player. Then came Unique Bell.
Race 7, Cardinals Fury, an easy winner here, romping away to win by 4 lengths at the end. Quite obviously quite at home in the rain-affected going, starting equal favourite at 5 to 2 with the second place getter Ranger's Son, Ashy in third, 5 to 1.
Ranger's Son away pretty well too, and they settle down into stride, and dropping out to last is Warrior King with Lord Mop. Over the hill they raced now, and Harpagus was the leader, but Cardinals Fury's moved up to join it now, length and a half to Exemplify. Elverino racing up close to the lead, and then Crossine and Ranger's Son moving around the outside, and Asheen's gone very quickly now to head them all off. And Asheen led at the 1,000, and next to Cardinals Fury, a length to Harpagus and Exemplify, 1 to Elverino. Length and a half Ranger's Son, and then came Crossine getting pushed back along the inside rail. And Lord Mop is back at the rear of the field at this stage with Impulsor. Cardinals Fury going all right in front at the 800, a neck clear of Asheen, and Warrior King's come from last to go up and be third. Ranger's Son's doing it all right, fourth from Harpagus, and they've sneaked away a little bit from the others. Headed by Crossine, and then Impulsor is back at the rear with Elverino and Lord Mop to the outside. The 2 leaders kicked away. Cardinals Fury doing it well, a half length to Asheen, 2.5 lengths Harpagus and Ranger's Son, and the rest are struggling, but Cardinals Fury revelling in the goings, booted right away. And at the 200, Cardinals Fury's raced away 4 lengths to Asheen, Ranger's Son, Harpagus, Crossine and Lord Mop. And it's going to be a big win to Cardinals Fury. Kept going down to the line by Clements. He's going to win by about 5 lengths. Ranger's Son's got up for second. Asheen is third, then Harpagus, Crossine, Lord Mop.
The final event on the program, the Fashion Stakes. Walk With Me, a little too good for Hoopla Hannah here, with Walk With Me taking the lead halfway down the straight and then going away to beat Hoopla Hannah, and third home was Chide. The replay will be coming up in a few moments on the final event. Bread Eater was the unposed favourite here, starting at 13 to 4. Here we go, the Fashion Stakes, race 8 at Caulfield.
Walk With Me is following it. Then Gold Fury's Stolen Song, Chide booting up along the inside. Academy Lass has got well out of its ground from Token Wall. Bread Eater hard ridden, and Zamazan Fair last. 600 out, plus Royal, a half common star. Sweet and Fast gone up third, and Walk With Me coming round the outside. Hoopla Hannah held up for a run, and Chide's going well, pushing through near the rails. They're followed by Gold Fury and Stolen Song from Academy Lass. Sweet and Fast took the lead into the straight from Plush Royale. Coming at them, Chide on the outside. Hoopla Henna and Walk With Me has sprinted up to hit the front. Walk With Me took the lead, 200 to go from Chide and Stolen Song out wide, but Walk With Me clear. Chide and Hoopla Henna under the whip, battling on from Stolen Song, but Walk With Me holding them safely at bay. Chide and Stolen Song and Hoopla Henna. Walk With Me's won it by about 3 lengths as they go to the line. Great battle for the minor placings. Maybe Hoopla Henna second. A nose in front of Chide, Stolen Song fourth. Then Caulfield.
Now the double and treble information from the meeting yesterday at Caulfield in Melbourne. It was 8, 6 and 8 Rom Stiletto, Gurner's Lane, Cardinals Fury, $63.85 the double, and the treble paid $541.20. And the extra double, 2 and 8, Sean's Pride and Walk With Me, $90.65. That was the meeting yesterday.
Comedian got out in a hurry, watch him go well away. Spark of Life showing some early speed. And there goes Prince Kyrie up very quickly at a third spot on settling down. He's Flashes going to the rear. Running down the side, short of 800 metres to go. Daybreak Lover on the fence, joined by Spark of Life moving up on the outside. 3 lengths behind them, Bowl Prima going fast down to third. 3 lengths further back, Prince Kyrie, he's in fourth. A long gap midfield, Soroco, followed by Watch Him Go, Born Comedian, he's Flash, followed well back by Hold That Tiger. And Martial Arts at the tail of the field. On the turn, 400 metres to go, and Daybreak Lover got away quickly in the home turn. Around the bend, he's almost 2 lengths in front now. Spark of Life in second place, and they're followed by Bowl Prima. Further back, Prince Kyrie, followed by Soroco, but down towards the 200 metre mark. Oh, Daybreak Lover's coasting. He's having a very easy run out in front. He's 5 lengths in front. Palmer sitting very quietly on him. Spark of Life battling on, followed by Bowl Prima, but Daybreak Lover pricked his ears and strolled in by 7 lengths. Daybreak Lover a big winner, second Spark of Life, and third in was Bowl Prima. Then Soroco, Prince...
Gee, really looks top-class material, Daybreak Lover. This shot here gives you an idea of the ease with which he goes to the line. Look at him, he's got his ears pricked, and he's cantering to the post to win it very easily. I think Danny Jig's now going to give him his chance in Melbourne during the Spring Carnival down there in one of the big 2-year-old races. The second event, the winner here was Bold Ambition. This fellow looks a real speed machine as well. Here's the replay now.
In the inside and in the centre, Bold Ambition began like a shot. He raced away to lead 3 lengths to Yorkton on settling down. Crown Witness going very fast with Lisnagar up on the outside. Bless the Heavens getting back with the Heathen. And Solo going up the tail of the field. Down the side, 800 metres to go, and Bold Ambition held together the leader. A length and a quarter, Crown Witness in second. 2 lengths, Yorkton third on the inside of Lisnagar. Fond Memories midfield on the inside of Rainbow. Oriental Success scrubbed hard about 4th last coming down the side. Then the Heathen Bless the Heavens, and Solo Gay at the tail of the field. Bold Ambition dashed right away. On the home turn, 350 to go. Bold Ambition streaked away. He's 6 lengths in front. Crown Witness in second, then Lisnagar, Yorkton, and on the outside was Rainbow down towards the 250 metre mark. Bold Ambition is 6 lengths in front. Crown Witness and Yorkton battling on well, then Lisnagar, but Bold Ambition has run them right off their feet. He's well clear. Yorkton coming home well, then Crown Witness, but Bold Ambition too good, and Bold Ambition went to the post gamely and won the money easily. Bold Ambition from a photo between Yorkton and Crown Witness, then Oriental Success, Rainbow.
Here's the tight shot of Bold Ambition over the final stages. He's going to the line well. He's going to be eased up now that he's had that run. Give him plenty of time to mature. He was a late foal, and his trainer Maureen Dittman is going to give him plenty of time and bring him back a little later. There he is returning to scale, and shortly after the race we're able to catch up with the winning jockey, Les Harris. Well, Les, that colt looked pretty good. Did he feel as good as he looked?
Yes, Wayne, he felt very good.
Coming out of the gate, you rode him along hard with hands and heels riding to take the lead.
Yes, well, you know, I think that's more the customary thing to do with 2-year-olds having their first race. They don't know what it's all about, and you're there to try and teach them.
Right. The middle stages, you seem to just drop your hands on him, get him to settle, and then he came back to the field a little bit, but coming to the corner, he skipped away again. Did you push him away, or did he do that himself?
Well, I never pushed him away. I just roared at him, and he shot away himself. And then he just motored down to the line a little bit. I never killed him to the line, and he...
Les, he ran pretty good time at the end. Did you think there was anything left with him?
Well, I think he just gives me, not that I know anything about the horse, that's the first time I've sat on the horse, but he just gives me the impression that he's a lazy little fellow and that he possibly would pull out something extra if you had to get at him.
The third event of the winner here was Brandy Boy, ridden by Barney Cummings, just lasting to beat Draw the Line. Barney Boy Brandy Boy rather, raced very keenly in the middle stages of the race. Looked to be going very easily, but Draw the Line made a real go of it with him over the final part.
Behind the leaders settling down. Parky is dropping back next to last, and Mineral Man goes to the rear. Over the back now, 1,100 metres to go. Brandy Boy led a length and a half. Gay Con second on the inside of Cygnus, then Flash. Pulling hard, Draw the Line, and going well on the outside, and they're followed by Gay Goler about midfield. Galleon Sun in behind them. The Steed are starting to run up in the centre as they race to the back turn, followed by Daraj Lad, Mineral Man, and Parky went to the rear. Running to the back, 850 metres to go. Brandy Boy cruised off to lead 3 lengths down to Gay Con, who's in a great spot, second on the inside of Cygnus. A length and a half, Draw the Line, fourth. He's going well too on the outside of Flash. A length and a half, Gay Goler. The Suitor next on the outside. Galleon Sun given a cut with a whip, followed by Daraj Lad. Well back, Parky, Mineral Man last of all. Onto the turn, 450 metres to go. Brandy Boy had a lead of 2 lengths over Gay Con. Then Cygnus, Draw the Line, easing to the outside, about to stake his claim. Flash over on the inside. Gay Goler next in the centre, followed by Galleon Sun, about 300 metres to go. Brandy Boy led. Shoemaker getting to work and Draw the Line. He moved up into second, and they're followed by Gay Con. Brandy Boy led with 150 metres to go. Here is Draw the Line with a big run on the outside. Draw the Line going up to Brandy Boy, is kicking again. Brandy Boy just in front of Draw the Line. They hit the line. It's Brandy Boy maybe from Draw the Line, and third in was Flash, Gay Goler or Gay Con. Just behind them...
It was pretty tight there, but Brandy Boy just hanging on to beat Draw the Line, and Flash in third place. There he is coming back to scale. Brandy Boy. Here's the winning jockey, Barney Cummings.
That horse has never raced right up to his best here in Brisbane, but he certainly did today.
Yes, he did, Wayne. He raced real well.
A bad traveller, the horse? He doesn't come down too good?
Bad traveller, but the race was run to suit him today. He was allowed to bowl out in front by himself, you know.
Is that his normal pattern of racing, isn't it?
On the downs it is. He sort of gets out in front and he's very hard to wear down.
He certainly looked pretty good in the middle part today. Looked as though he was travelling very easily.
Travelled very well.
In the straight, things got a little bit hectic towards the end there. There was only a half head in it.
Yeah, that's right.
Were you worried?
I was worried when Chewy got to me, you know. He felt like he had nothing left in the tank. But I gave him a couple extra whacks and he's kicked, you know, and beat Chewy.
What about at the end? Did you think he'd won it?
Yeah, I thought he'd won it, yeah.
All right, mate, congratulations on the ride.
Thank you.
Now to race 4, the Flying Handicap, and the winner here was Shawana, just beating Bright Treble. He looked as though he'd go on and score pretty easily, Shawana, halfway down the straight, but Bright Treble has kicked again close to the inside, and Shawana just had it on Bright Treble at the end with Our Prestige finishing third.
Then Bush Soul followed by Bright Treble and Shawana, and Learn News immediately going to the tail of the field. Over the back, 11.50 to go, and Shadow Gron on the outside led a half King Kaka. Our Prestige is third on the outside. Bright Treble getting into fourth inside Bush Soul, a length and a half Shawana, a half last Learn News. That's the pattern of the back turn, 850 metres to go. Shadow Gron moving out now, 3 parts of a length King Kaka. Our Prestige putting himself in the box seat third and going up well on the outside, a length and a half Bright Treble. Now Shawana starting to run on the inside of Bush Soul, and 2 off of the tail Learn News. Shadow Gron in front, 650 metres to go, 4 lengths to Our Prestige. Bright Treble coming up quickly on the outside of King Kaka. Shawana just in behind them, and they're followed by Bush Soul, and Learn News whip them in. Onto the turn, 450 metres to go. Shadow Gron coming back to them, led a length and a half Our Prestige and Bright Treble. Now Shawana's coming off the fence, about to launch his claim. King Kaka in behind them, then Bush Soul and Learn News. In the stretch, 350 to go. Shadow Gron tackled in earnest by Our Prestige and Bright Treble. Here's Shawana with a big run on the outside. At the 200 metre mark, Shawana raced up and took the lead quickly. Bright Treble is battling on well on Our Prestige. Shawana in front with 100 metres to go. Bright Treble is coming again on the inside. Shawana in front of Bright Treble as they hit the line, and it's Shawana. I think Shawana beat Bright Treble third. Our Prestige, Bush Soul, Shadow Gron, a gap Learn News, and last in was King Kaka.
Well, Bright Treble made things pretty interesting again with Shawana right on the line, but Shawana always looked as though he was going to hold Bright Treble, and just ridden along hands and heels by Gary at the end there. You can see Shawana holding Bright Treble, and finishing third was Our Prestige. Our Prestige having his first run following a break, and he's probably going to improve. There's Gary returning to scale now on Shawana, and shortly after the weigh-in we're able to catch up with him and talk a little bit about Shawana.
Gary got a little way back in the early stages of the race. That didn't concern you at all?
No, Wayne. He's a funny horse. He jumped nice, and for the first 3/4 of the race, he never really, travelled at any stage. I sort of always slapped him down the shoulder and half giving him a dig in the guts. And when I was able to work off the fence around the 600 metres, that's when he really picked a bit up and started to race.
He moved up to take the lead just after you straightened up. Bright Treble came at you again in the straight, but never any real worries there.
No, I did move past him quite nice. I thought I had him pretty covered pretty well, but probably the last little bit of the race, the horse did start to peter out, so you know, I was a little bit concerned when I did see Bright Treble back up on my own side.
How about it winning double for you? Just reverting back to the first race of the day, he's pretty good, eh, Daybreak Lover?
Well, he's only had the 2 starts and he's won, but most impressive today's win was quite a good win. The time was, you know, pretty good for the day, and he won as he liked, so, you know, you can't get anything more impressive than what he's done.
Good on you, Gary.
Good, thanks.
That takes
Lead on early, Cap Breton is up, sharing the lead on, settling down. Northern Beam and Typical Aussie coming over very quickly from the outside. Wing Sing drifting back next to last, and Lou Fair at the tail of the field. At the line, 1,700 metres to go. Cap Breton steadied out in front, the leader. A length in front here of Typical Aussie, followed by Unpredictable Northern Beam. Flight King, Arjon hit the fence and then cannon into Flight King as they went out of the straight. Elegant Night Force very wide. Sprite Light and Royal Dip in behind them, and they're followed by Wing Sing, Snow Queen. Further back to Lou Fair, followed by Man of Destiny and Bowl Chapel at the rear of the field. At the back turn, 1,400 metres to go, and Cap Breton bowling along on the bit was the leader. A length and a half clear of Unpredictable on the inside. Elegant Night is going up outside him as they raced over the back of the track. Just behind them, Northern Beam, Arjon was followed by Royal Dip going well, and Flight King on the outside of Sprite Light. Wing Sing next, and Snow Queen, Lou Fair. Man of Destiny and Bowl Chapel at the tail of the field. Over the back now, 1,100 metres to go. Cap Breton the leader. 3 parts of a length, Typical Aussie moving up on the outside of Unpredictable. Elegant Night on a close fourth, then Northern Beam, Arjon on the inside. Royal Dip travelling well, better than midfield to the outside of Sprite Light. Flight King is covering Wing Sing on the fence. Lou Fair inside, Snow Queen, then Man of Destiny, and Bowl Chapel last of all. Cap Breton the pilot. At the back turn, 850 metres to go. Going okay too. A length in front of Typical Aussie. Unpredictable third on the inside, then Elegant Night, Northern Beam. There's Lou Fair going up very quickly on the outside. Arjon in behind them. Royal Dip called upon now. Sprite Light over on the inside, then Snow Queen, followed by Flight King, Wing Sing. Next to last was Bowl Chapel, and last of all Man of Destiny, but Cap Breton shot away on the home turn. 400 metres to go. Cap Breton about 2.5 lengths clear. Lou Fair moving up on the outside. Unpredictable going back to the fence as Cap Breton came away from the rail, and wider out was Wing Sing. Cap Breton and Lou Fair together. 200 metres to go from Typical Aussie. Over on the inside was Unpredictable, but Lou Fair drove right away off 100 metres to go. Cap Breton's running all over the track, and Lou Fair's coming right away to win it easily. Lou Fair a big winner from a photo between Cap Breton, Unpredictable, and wide out Typical Aussie. Royal Dip behind them, then Wing Sing, Sprite Light, followed by Northern Beam.
Here they are with about 150 metres to go. That's Unpredictable over on the inside, but look at Lou Fair sweeping up to them on the outside. He's raced to the lead. He was fairly wide down the side, but he had them covered a long way out, and he went on to score easily, beating Cap Breton, and third was Unpredictable. Now to race 6. This is the Tobin Bronze Handicap, and there was plenty of speed in the early stages of the race that suited Round Tripper, and he proved too strong for them over the final stages, going on to win, beating Del Dier and Dance Darlin.
Del Dier got out well, momentarily knuckled over, but recovered quickly and was one of the leaders with Time Light in the centre, then Round Tripper. Homid going up on the outside, and then Dance Darlin. Not much speed on coming to the line, 1,700 metres to go. Del Dier on the fence, the leader. 3 parts of a length in front of Time Light, a length and a half Homid, a length and a half Dance Darlin, a length further back Round Tripper at the tail of the field. Now they go out of the straight, 1,650 metres to go. Del Dier on the fence led. Time Light raced a little bit erratically going round that bend, and they've got away about 5 lengths to Homid, a length and a half Dance Darlin, 2 up was Round Tripper. Up the side now, 1,400 metres to go. Time Light on the outside and Del Dier. They're cutting at one another out in front. They're 7 lengths in advance of Homid. A length and a half Dance Darlin, and 3 up was Round Tripper. Now Time Light takes the lead over the back, 1,200 metres to go. A length and a quarter Del Dier. 7 away Homid. Dance Darlin moving forward. 2.5 lengths was Round Tripper. Time Light dictating the tempo now, 1,100 metres to go. He's a length and a half in front of Del Dier. 6 lengths Homid. Dance Darlin on the outside. 2 further back was Round Tripper. Time Light the pilot going to the back turn, short of 1,000 to go, led by 2 lengths over Del Dier. 6 lengths Homid and Dance Darlin together, 3 behind them Round Tripper. Time Light went round that bottom turn, 850 metres to go with the lead of a length and 3/4 over Del Dier. 5 lengths Homid boxing on well with Dance Darlin on the outside, then Round Tripper. Time Light led, 600 metres to go by a length and a half over Del Dier. 3 or 4 lengths Homid, he's running home gamely with Dance Darlin on the outside, and Round Tripper is starting to make up some ground too on towards the turn, about 450 metres metres to go. Time Light led a half. Daldier, who's coming off the fence to have a crack at the leader. A length and a half behind them. Dan Starl and Hometer now. Round Tripper pulled the outsiders, gaining ground. Daldier went to the lead at the 350 metre mark from Time Light. Round Tripper's coming home well, and Hometer and Dan Starl in the centre. Daldier under the whip of the 200 metre mark is tackled and noticed by Round Tripper. Round Tripper moved up, took the lead from Daldier, then Dan Starlin, and Round Tripper's come from last to win it easily. Round Tripper goes to the post generously to win. Round Tripper first, Daldier second, Dan Starlin was third, followed then by Time Light and Hometer.
Over the final stages, Round Tripper's looming up to them quickly. Daldier battling on fairly well over near the inside, but it's all Round Tripper, and Round Tripper goes on to score easily, beating Daldier. Dan Starlin third, and the disappointment of the race was Time Light. He finished fourth. He started the favourite at 2-1. That horse was well ridden by Shane Scrivener. Gave him plenty of time to find his feet in the early stages of the race. He got a fair way back, but ran on well over the final part. There's Shane returning to scale, and we spoke to him shortly after the race.
But with the speed on, that suited him down to the ground, eh?
Yeah, that was good. Suited him real well.
Was he travelling okay back there in the field?
Yes, he's a horse. He won't grab the bit at all. He's loose rein, and when you dig him up, that's when he picks the bit up.
Yeah, was he a bit further back than you really wanted to be?
A little bit, yeah, but I didn't bustle him up and just left him there, and he was content to stay where I put him.
Yeah, when did he start to really make up ground on those leaders?
On the home turn, he moved up a little bit, and then I got within striking distance on the turn, and when he knuckled down to it, he was just too good.
Yeah, and he went away over the final stage. You rode him pretty hard with the whip too.
He didn't want to get past the Dan Starling, I think it was.
Yeah.
When you pull the whip on him, he went past it, and then when I put it away, he knew what he had to do then.
OK, Shane, congratulations on the ride, mate.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Now to race 7, and the winner here was Top Fella, beating Grey Colnick, and Armag's Kingdom finishing third. Top Fella was behind a pack of horses just after they straightened up, but when he got clear, he dived through and went away to win easily at the end. Grey Colnick second, Armag's Kingdom third.
Money and Run and Call Me Digger and Dom up sharing the lead on, settling down and getting behind them, Bribey Tiger. They're followed by Top Fella, who's running 6 on the inside and flattening out over the back, 1100 metres to go. Montpellier Prince joined by Call Me Digger, Bribey Tiger third on the inside. A length further back, Money and Run and Western Kiwi has raced forward quickly in a handy position, followed by Armag's Kingdom. In behind them, Top Fella, Definite Decision, followed by No Clues. Great Colnick getting back next to last, and Deputy at the tail of the field. Down the side, about 750 metres to go. Call Me Digger just the leader from Montpellier Prince, who's second to the outside of Dom, getting a great run on the rail. Money and Run and Armag's Kingdom and Western Kiwi behind them, followed by Top Fella, Definite Decision circling the field. In behind them, Bribey Tiger losing ground, followed by Grey Colnick. He's off the fence going forward now. No Clues well back next to last. Deputy at the tail of the field. Around the corner, Call Me Digger led Dom on the inside, and Money and Run raced up quickly. Montpellier Prince looking for room in behind them. Armag's Kingdom and now Grey Colnick pulled to the outsiders, running home well. Money and Run reached the lead at the 200 metre mark for Montpellier Prince. Top Fella got through in the centre. Grey Colnick down the outside with Armag's Kingdom. Grey Colnick just in front. Top Fella coming at him. Top Fella flying through in the centre, takes the lead. Top Fella beat Grey Colnick and Armag's Kingdom. Then Money and Run, Montpellier Prince, Western Kiwi, followed by Call Me Digger, No Clues. Bribey Tiger, Definite.
Just after they straightened up, he was desperately searching for a run. Top Fella. You can see there the runs come, and as soon as he spotted the daylight, he dived through very quickly, and he raced away to win quite easily at the end, beating Grey Colnick and Armag's Kingdom. Final event on the program, Wollumbar, the winner here. Gee, there was a good thing beaten in the race. Serene Habit was back near last in the middle stages of the race, still about third last on the home turn, rattles home at the end and would have won with any sort of luck at all. Here's the replay.
Racing now, Aqua Lady near the inside on Wollumbar, got out well on the Maternal Shadow, well away. No Charity going very fast to get up close to lead with Halley Bun. What out shows say Star Swinger and Sacravia. It's a great battle for early supremacy as they race to the back turn. But there goes Shosei, sprinted away to lead 4-length. Star Swinger, No Charity, Maternal Shadow, Wollumbar in the buff, followed by Sacravia. Kindu Creole, a length and a half. Halley Bun, who's on the inside of Summer's Angel. Aqua Lady got shuffled right back when the speed accelerated as fourth last, followed by Lonely Habit. Then came Star Susan and Serene Habit at the tail of the field. About 600 metres to go. Shosei led, tackled by Star Swinger, limbing up on the outside. Maternal Shadow third, No Charity fourth, then Wollumbar. A length further back, gaining a little ground. Sacravia in the buff going round them, so is Summer's Angel. Kiddo Creole in behind them, then Halley Bun. Aqua Lady a big job in front of her with Serene Habit, who's starting to make ground now. Into the stretch, about 350 metres to go. Shosei came off the fence, tackled and noticed now by Maternal Shadow, Star Swinger, Wollumbar, Sacravia down the outside was Summer's Angel, but Chaussee fought on with 100 metres to go. Is just in front of Wallenbar coming up on the inside. Maternal Shadow Sacravia. Serene Habit's flying home. Wallenbar driving up on the inside. Wallenbar through on the fence takes the lead. Wallenbar won the money for a photo between Chaussee, Serene Habit and Sacravia.
She was unlucky, that horse, Serene Habit. Never out of trouble in the straight. Had to change course a couple of times and came from nearly last. Here's Wallenbar taking the lead from Chaussee. And look at Serene Habit flying on the outside. Maybe just a little bit more ground. Maybe 1,400 metres at Eagle Farm. But very unlucky yesterday. OK, now the TAB information from Doomben. Winning combination for the treble.
Brazen Huzzah, second last and a length and a quarter dashing. Vagabond, 700 to go, and the speedy Regal Carrioy, a length and 3/4 clear. Biscoville in second position, a length and a half away. Third is Make Mine Dollars, and then comes Stony Realm, Rival Planet, Red Gosh Hawk, and about 3 lengths to Brazen Huzzah. Second last is Dashing Vagabond, and a length the Canvas a Lad. Regal Carrioy is stringing them out now, and on the point of the home corner, they swing now. It's Regal Carrioy, about 2.5 to 3 lengths on Biscoville. Make Mine Dollars in third place, and then Rival Planet pulling to the outside from Red Goshawk. They're starting to close in a little on Regal Carrioy coming to the distance. It's a half length on Biscoville, and then on the outside Make Mine Dollars. Biscoville almost level with Regal Carrioy, and Make Mine Dollars the outside. Biscoville's taken the lead, however. Make Mine Dollars not picking up Biscoville quickly enough, and Biscoville's going to win the first. Biscoville's won it a long neck to Make Mine Dollars. Third Regal Carrioy, and then Rival Planet. And
the second event of the day, and the winner here was Nead, beating Riverdor and Countdown, finishing third. The heavily backed favourite Tuna 2 was always well back in the field, ran on OK at the end, but never looked like winning.
Past the 800 now, and Jareve quickening up fractionally, a half length Honey Glow, third past the baton, 3 deep. On the fence is Countdown, Riverdor the outside, Splitting Horses Zing Along, a length and a quarter Nead, Mother Courage on the inside, Tuna 2 going up 3 deep, still back about 7 or 8 lengths from the lead, and 2 lengths to Brass Bill under the whip. Homeward bound at the 450, it's developing into a sprint home, and Honey Glow has joined Jarebe, a length and a half away. Next is Riverdor, followed by Past the Baton Countdown, and Near on the outside. Tuna 2 has won behind him at the 200 now, and here is Riverdor moving up, or running off the track. Honey Glow almost collided with Riverdor, and Near is swooping down the outside. Riverdor in front, Near is coming at it. Near and Riverdor, Near on the outside doing better than Riverdor, and Near has won it. Neared from Riverdor, very close for third, a dead heat Countdown, and Tuna 2 from Brass Bell.
Quite a plunge landed on as time goes by in the third race, back from 7 to 4 into start at even money. Looms up in the straight and beats Noble Saint and Lord Burlington.
On the side of the track as they leave the 800 peg behind them, Andy Armo's Best, a half length on Noble Saint. Adenia Sun pratted out 3 deep and about 2.5 into as time goes by. He's being niggled at to try and pick up the bit and make ground, and then Dual Currency from Flashing Diva. 2.5 Lord Burlington, and last of all is CM Court around the turn, and almost 3 in line in the middle. Noble Saint, Andy Armo's Best on the fence, and on the extreme outer is Adenia Sun. A length as time goes by, coming down the outside, and then Dual Currency at the 250, and Adenia Sun put the head in front, taken on now by on the outside as time goes by. Noble Saint on the inside, a half length away, then Lord Burlington and Dual Currency, but as time goes by has gained the upper hand. He's starting to draw clear. Battling on well is Noble Saint from Lord Burlington, but big money is landed here as time goes by, goes on to beat second Noble Saint, and travelling into third position Lord Burlington.
Race 4, the winner was Grecian Holiday, beating Hussar's Command and Haddington, finishing third. The favourite here was Record Maker, who started at 5 to 2. Grecian Holiday, that's him back third on the rails. He gets off the fence halfway down the straight and goes on to score quite easily.
Up on the inside, and then Aces followed by Royal Dwayne, and a further 2 lengths to Record Maker and Hussar's Command. Haddington in front, Grecian Holiday comes to the outside of it. It's Haddington and Grecian Holiday running on as Hussar's Command, but Grecian Holiday's taken the lead, and Grecian Holiday is zipping away from Hussar's Command and Haddington, and Grecian Holiday untroubled to beat Hussar's Command. Third was Haddington, followed in by Aces Record Maker.
Now to race 5, the Silver Slipper. We'll pick this one up right from the start. A lot of speed from Bean there on the extreme outside.
Bean there on the outside was one of the best to begin. Bill to 2 and Tiger Bogan away quickly with Calcando and Dame Fashion. And then Armada Queen and a length to tread the boards, and Dittman followed by Noble Review. A length and a half away next on the outside is French Tip, followed by Polita Bay, and Firefighter is back at the rear. as they passed the 600 and been there crossing it, zipped away. 2 lengths on Bell to 2. About 2.5 lengths away, third is Dame Fashion, followed by Armada Queen and Tread the Boards. Into the straight, however, past the 400 metres, and the pilot has been there, 1.5 lengths on the filly. Bell to 2 battling on courageously. Been there almost joined by Bell to 2. Harris riding confidently on Been there. He shakes up the colt. Bell to 2 is sticking on. It's a race in 2. Dame Fashion running third. Been there, Bell to 2. Been there and Bell to 2. Been there doing better on the inside, and the colt comes away. Been there has beaten Bell to 2. Dame Fashion third, followed home by Tread.
It was a good battle between the pair of them over the final stages, with the colt just coming out on top. Been there. Now to race 6, Young Blood, a little too good for Trench Digger. Native Victory was the favourite here. He raced disappointingly. He was up in a fairly prominent spot to the corner, even though he was trapped wide in the early stages of the race, but gee, he was gone just after they straightened up.
Carbull third, Native Victory making some ground, 1.5 lengths Young Blood, 1 Trench Digger. Kids Beer second last, and 2 lengths Baruna Sub. At the 600 metres almost now, and the speedy Michaela still about 4 lengths Native Victory. Carbull third on the fence, followed by Eye of the Wind, and then comes Young Blood and Trench Digger. Kids Beer second last, and Baruna Sub back at the rear, homeward bound. And Michaela, can she keep up this fast rate? She's about 3 lengths on Young Blood and Carbull. Native Victory being pushed along, followed by Trench Digger starting to put in the claim on the outer. At the 200, Michaela's getting a little weary. Young Blood and Trench Digger come after it. Native Victory can't do any better. Michaela's history, Young Blood's taken a clear-cut lead. The top weight trying to pick it up, Trench Digger. It's Young Blood with a pull in the weights, doing better than Trench Digger. Clear of Michaela, and Young Blood hammered right out by Pettit will get the money. Young Blood has beaten Trench Digger, third Michaela. Then came Carl.